Nation, welcome back to Storm Warnings here on Earth 444. I'm Neil Storm. It's time to get this party started. Let's go. What happened? I'm a little excited. Are you excited? You don't know why I'm excited. You should know. My God. Neil, what did you do? Why are you so hyper? When am I not, Kelsey? When am I not? Joining as always, Miss Hope Productions herself, and she's giving looks right now like, damn, dude. Holy crap. I hope you all tuned in to the first episode of Storm Warnings that came out a few weeks ago. Now, I said that this was going to be a show, right? That wouldn't be out weekly because the news that we talk about, the entertainment, all of the movies, TV shows, toys, life stuff that you can go on about, hell, you can't put this out weekly. It gets redundant, right? Well, New York ComicCon 2024 happened, and I said, let's wait to see what might happen with this. And did anything new really come to, the top here? It like blew your minds with whatever they were gonna send out there. No. DCU, MCU. Now there's other projects out there, but unfortunately, if you're not one of the big juggernauts, you're not gonna get talked about that much. And that even happens within some of these genres in DCU and MCU. You have like these little tiers of things that come out, but nobody really discusses them. But, that being said, I was just kind of like, okay, not really, just not taken back. The one thing that we will rant about at one point in this show is we're going to be talking about some of the toys that came out and the prices in which they come out with. Like, Haslabs, you alright? Roboson, you okay? My God. But, hey, people still want to buy these things. Whether they're funded or they come out, we still go out and get them, right? Yeah, we're all crazy. It's okay. My goodness. But with that rambling going on right there, how's everybody doing out there? Let me know in the comments down below. Please, anything that's being said within tonight's show, I want to know what you think. Alright? So don't forget to drop those comments in there, because Neil Storm wants to talk to you. Oh man, if you can only see the looks, ladies and gentlemen. If you can only see the looks. It's rough.
What are you talking about?
So is there any fans of Comic-Con out there? There's tons of cons that go on. You had San Diego Comic-Con that went on. That went on, what, July, I believe? And then you get to NYC, and then that's the next big Comic-Con. And, it's more, people get geared with the panels. And I'm always like, okay, well, what is so exciting about hearing what the director, or the things that you already know that are coming out, right? That they're beating down like a dead, you're beating the dead horse every day with the same kind of rhetoric, the same videos, the same information spun in, maybe like a little bit of a different twist, a catchy title maybe, whatever it may be. So let's talk DCU real quick before I get into these rants, because you guys know I can rant. I can really rant about things that, maybe you have no clue, but that's okay. Alright, so DCU, right? Gunn comes out, you have James Gunn in the panel. You are either a fan of James Gunn, or you do not like James Gunn. So, no different than you were a fan of Snyder or you didn't like Snyder. So you have all these different things. So that's still the universe for DC that exists. You have that Snyder side, and now you have the new one that's come that's not even there yet. And I've been saying that, so this has been talked about way too much, and this is where I say, whether it's MCU or DCU, we're talking about these things too much before anything comes out. So, he shows up with Creature Commandos, of course. You get another trailer. The trailer looks good. It's going to be animated. Yes, it's going to be a little bit violent, but hopefully it's not over the top. That was the one thing I didn't really care for with Invincible. Okay? I didn't care for the over-the-top grotesque violence throughout it. Then you had a series like The Boys, and then that became overly grotesque. So I kind of say, is it society where they want to aim towards some of this stuff, or what? Whether the comics are that, out of control, which I'm sure they are because that's on print, we don't need to always see that on the screen. That doesn't always lead to something good. So, this looks alright. Now, this is going to be the start of the DCU, like the loose start. Now it's animated, but everybody that's voicing the characters within the show is going to be playing the real-life character within his DCU universe that he's created. So, You're like, okay, that's pretty cool. All right, I like that. I like that they're gonna do that. Now, the one big reveal that I guess happens in here, where people got their, all excited for no reason. One of the villains in there is Clayface. Ooh, you see Clayface for a second. Oh, I'm like, oh, okay. Keep your knickers on. It's all right. Don't worry. But then you also have the rivaling problem with the Batman, the Snooze Man, the Matt Reeves universe with Robert Pattinson, and they're supposed to introduce Clayface too. But that's not part of his DCU, even though you get the rival things. And then we'll get into content creators in the rant section at one point. And okay, all right, so it doesn't matter. It's still conflicting, okay? You're still introducing characters. You're trying to start your universe, but yet you have an established Batman again that doesn't exist in that universe. Just like you had that terrible Joker 2 movie that I openly said when I was doing my first episode here, before the movie came out, it was gonna suck. And it sucked. Yes. It was a musical. Nobody needed a freaking musical of the Joker and Harley Quinn. Nobody. And how that totally fits with the first movie that came out, it doesn't. It really doesn't. So, that's what you get when you make too much money with something, and then they say, oh, let's make another one. And then, of course, regardless of what you hear from the actors or the directors, I don't want to do it, or this, they come back and do it. You're getting paid. You're getting paid. Oh, my. And then what else was there? Lanterns. We already know that Lanterns was coming. This was, said years ago. 3 years ago, probably. 2, maybe. So they finally cast it. Hal Jordan, we know about that. Then they casted Jon Stewart. Whoop-de-doo. But the show is not going to be out for a while. So, okay, and then, he lets you know that it's going to be kind of like a detective mystery kind of story. Great. Is that anything to do backflips about? No, because you know what? None of this is exciting as it used to be when you were in those pandemic days when there was nothing going on. So if something going on, then everybody got out there to their little channels and podcasts and whatever they did, and it was something. Now everybody wants to do the same thing, so now everything gets watered down when it gets to finally seeing the actual horse give you the information, right? So it's like, oh, okay, whoop-de. Our Superman, we got that cool shot. You see that Crypto's gonna be in it. You see that nice shot of them looking at the Earth, whether that's in the movie or not. Beautiful shot, looks good. Is that supposed to spark joy and excitement? I mean, it might for some or whatever. For me, get me to a trailer and I'm ready. But that's also not gonna be for a hot minute, right? That's not scheduled to come out. Let me just look at my notes right there till July 11th, 2025. Why do I see tons of Superman videos as if it's coming out next week? Seriously. Why does nobody talk about Superman and Lois? That show goes on. That should be talked about more. That's your live action Superman right now until you get to Superman in 2025. So why are we talking about it so much? Don't we have anything else to talk about? When it comes to this, can't you just go somewhere else? No. You've got the Penguin series out, but then again, that Penguin series is connected to the other Batman. The boring Batman. Sorry. Not sorry. Okay, the grounded Batman. Like, you had Christian Bale. You didn't need another grounded Batman. I'll say that all the time. Right, Kelsey? What, you didn't... Yeah, Kelsey saw that movie. She's like, oh, this movie sucks. She went sleepy time. But... other than that, you also got what? Peacemaker 2, but that's nowhere near coming out. You'll still see some stuff about that. The Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow movie. You have the casting of it. We see that. Okay. Oh, it's a tearjerker. It says, oh my God, the amount of word salads and air hustling that goes on with all this stuff at ComicCons or videos that are made is out of control. Out of control. So where I go with all this, right? What am I trying to say? Look, the only thing you got to look forward to right now is Creature Commandos. That's set to come out December 5th on Max. That's your closest thing that gets to James Gunn's DCU right now. Everything else, air hustle. Air hustle. That's it. And then, after that, maybe you get a trailer, I'd say maybe in the new year, I would think maybe for Superman would be my guess. During the new year, get like a little teaser if it's ready. After that, and then you could talk about that, or you. Oh wait, I'm sorry. You know what'll be next? We're gonna hear about villains cast in Green Lantern series, and then everybody will be like, "Oh, I can't believe this is happening. Why are they doing that? Is he gonna do a fart joke?" Or a pee-pee joke or something like that. I'm like, what are you people talking about? How is this your topics of conversation when you're talking about this stuff? Are you that a little too much about it? I think so. That's okay though. So, you're saying, hey, Neil Storm, are you not a DC fan? Yeah, I'm a DC fan. But I'm not a fan of over talking about stuff before it comes out. That I'm not a fan of. That, like I said, is air hustle. And stupid. Just me. Just saying. Okay, so let's move on. We're gonna move on from DC because, like I said, not much new. I don't care about the comic stuff and all these little things that come out and come. Oh, I'm sorry. What was the other thing before we move on from DC? They talked about the dynamic duo. I think that might be the name of the Batman movie. Eventually, whenever they greenlight that or how that happens, or they're going to be introducing Bane and Deathstroke. Okay, cool, great. Why wouldn't you? You have to introduce characters and villains that you haven't done yet, and you know James Gunn will do that. And then maybe an animated. I think at one point I heard rumblings, it should be true, it's a Red Hood and Nightwing series. I don't know if that's animated or not. That would be good. Get into the animation because animation does it better anyway. Live action always kind of sucks. So, here we go. MCU. The only thing, and I said it last time, the only thing the MCU's got going for itself right now is that you're going to have Daredevil Born Again come out, and that's set to come out in March. Until you get to that, all the other stuff, whatever. I mean, you knew Spider-Man 4 was going to come. That was announced, I believe. You got the 2 Avenger movies that are coming, but those aren't coming for a couple years. You also don't know what's going to happen with, maybe productions, being halted, something goes wrong. All that stuff always goes on. And the biggest news, which isn't really news because we knew this was going to happen, the Blade movie officially got canceled, even though it's been in stasis for years. You know why? You know why that happened? Because Wesley Snipes came back as Blade in Deadpool Wolverine, and everybody went crazy for that. And he's great as Blade. That's who always should have been Blade. We don't know why it never continued. So, guaranteed, you're going to see something in the works at some point, maybe down the road after the new year, here announced that Wesley Snipes is coming back to be Blade. Guaranteed. It'll be official. That's kind of how I look at that. But all in all, for Marvel, yeah, you know about Fantastic Four already, but how much more do you want to talk about that? How much more do you want to talk about that when the movie's in production? Shut up. Let things breathe. Look forward to stuff, right? Without it, having to talk about it every week. That's how I kind of go with that. Other than that, in those two categories, I didn't see much that was out of this world where I needed to talk about it. Honestly, when it came to those 2 platforms. But we're going to get into some rants now, even though it's been a little ranty. Because, Kelsey, you know that's just kind of what goes on. It's like...
who you are.
it's just where we go. So, at one point, I was talking about toys and, other reveals. One thing that cons always do is they introduce a lot of new toys, a lot of new statues, whatever it may be. Haslabs. Now, we know the Irregular Neil's a big Ghostbuster fan. I'm a Ghostbuster fan, all that. He's got all his, props and toys and all this kind of stuff. Well, Haslabs, they have that 2 in the box, right? Well, that's finally shipping after like a year and a half, almost a little over a year of, that taken to get that crap out. And that was a fan-funded project. Now they come out with new Plasma Series action figures, right? With a lot more details, a new Ecto that lights up with all the sounds, as you can see. And the funding for it is $425 for the set. Are you fucking kidding me? $425 for action figures? With a car? Why? But when you look at the price points, when you go to, buy these things, those little action figures that you were getting for maybe $15 back then, a little bit more, they're like 30 now. 30 a pop. McFarlane, go to sleep for a little bit. Your toy line's out of control. You have so many repurposed toys and things that are coming out. I don't know where to look. My God, man, put it down. Whoever's making these things for you and you just come out, because there ain't no way this is all coming out of your damn head. There ain't no way. Huh? What happened?
No, just the way you said it.
Oh.
No way.
There just ain't no way. I just can't believe the amount. I mean, it's getting a little bit hot in here with how tipped up I'm getting. My God. I mean, forecast calls for humidity in here, huh? My goodness. So, you know, love the Ghostbuster merch, but the one thing I said, you know, I've said this, I think I might have said this, I know Irregular Neil has said it, that when when Melted Empire came out, prior to that, the launching of merch for Ghostbusters was going to outweigh the quality of product you get on screen. Okay? They also Mondo released the real Ghostbuster replica action figures that come with, you know, a ghost and all that. They look great. But those price points are crazy too, because it's like $160 for a set, for just two. Come on, man. Think about how much money you'll spend. Yeah, like, what's going on here? What's going on? Then I was talking about the Robo-San. Look, they make some cool stuff, okay? Those Transformers that, I think it was called Small Soldiers, and that came out and they put like a chip in the little army guys and the little villains, and then they came to life when they got zapped or an EMP burst. These things are gonna come to life. They literally walk, talk, you tell them to do things, they do it. Now they come out with a Buzz Lightyear and it's $500, I think. $500. Now, you can always rival that with any toy collector. I can't knock a toy collector. The Irregular Neil's a toy collector and all that kind of stuff. It's just, now when he started his like major collection, I'd say about 4 years ago, to where the pricing is now, it's just out of control. It's just freaking out of control. I don't know what else to say about that. I mean, but, you know, we give into it, so, I mean, damn. You know, what else can you do? And, yeah, it actually baffles my mind. I'm actually stumped. Whoa, that doesn't happen often. Shit. Moving on to this little rant section, okay? We were talking about comic book movies in general, right? Comic book content, superhero content, whatever you want to say, and the TV shows, the movies. They're at a point now where they're kind of going back a little bit, hitting the brakes, not trying to overproduce, trying to make it a little more quality again. But at the same token, what makes it tough is really the consumers that consume, because they're allowed to go out there and all these opinions that come out about all this stuff. I mean, everybody, hey, opinions are like assholes. We all have them, right? There's a bunch of assholes out there. Ooh, and it makes it hard to like a lot of this stuff anymore, because, you know, I'll tie content creators into it that come in with all their jib-jab and echo chambers of people, and it's just, if one faction wants to hate, well, then you're going to create one hell of a freaking chamber. If one dislikes, one wants to overly praise it, then you get those annoying ones, yeah, and then you'll have the ones in the middle, the ones that don't get, I mean, at the end of the day, you just wish everybody would just, you know what, shut the fuck up and just enjoy things. If it sucks, like I always say, don't watch it. If it's good, then yeah, you want to praise it a little bit, fine. But not everybody has to go to the internet and talk about it. Why? Why can't you just go to your fellow friend and go talk to them? Why must we hear everybody's opinions? I don't want to hear everybody's opinions. I don't. That's why I don't watch a lot. Oh, God. But hey, yeah, no, you know, make sure you watch me, Neil Storm, because, you know, why wouldn't you want to? I mean, how contradictory of me. Silliness. And, you know, staying on, like, content creation, right? TikTok lives. And TikTok live battles. So you have NPC TikTok lives. If you just see my face right now, and you might know what that is, ladies and gentlemen. Kelsey doesn't really know what that is.
What is?
Imagine a human. You ever play a video game, you see a character in a video game, and they just might be making moves. They just might be going like that. Just a stationary character, you see it, you're picking your avatar. These people will act like a video game, and to get paid, they will act as the gift. So if someone gives them a penguin, they start jumping like a penguin for however many penguins they give them. And they just keep moving. Thank you so much. Oh my God. They'll dress up, they'll do whatever, they do it in public. What has happened to people? Are you that desperate to not work? That desperate not to work? I know work sucks, everybody. Work sucks. We get that. But that is not work. That is not content creation. You are a jester. You are having people pay you. And the fact that people pay you, that just means people want to laugh and think that you're an idiot. I saw someone doing it in a Walmart. In public. Doing this stuff. Putting rents due. I see a bunch of people that put rents due. Are you serious? Are you that lazy of an individual? Do you think you're actually entertaining people? They think you're a clown. You're getting paid to be a clown and you're just getting probably by. The fact that people are paying these people, I question you more than the idiots that go on there and actually do that stuff. If you want to come up with content and actually put yourself in front of a camera where you're actually coming out with a skit, or, showing your hobbies or your likes, or, maybe just talking about a topic, all right, that's cool. But this shit, this NPC, TikTok, this stuff should be just taken down. This is not okay. We are in idiocracy. I'm trying to find a nice word to say here. This is idiocracy at its finest. And it is troublesome to see. Troublesome. Then, let's go into TikTok live battles, where people just invite other people. You see a split screen, and you're telling your viewers just to give you money so you beat the other person. Are you fucking kidding me with that? This rages me. This rages me. And you would think, oh no, there's only like a few hundred people. No. There's thousands of people in these lives. There's people I see that comment. So, you have to do your research a little bit when you see it. You have to witness it and look at what's going on. People are like, huh? And then there's other people that are just gifting like crazy. And I go, oh my God, the obsession. Is the obsession to watch someone make a fool of themselves? Or do you feel gratification if you help some sit-on stranger taking your money that's sitting on their ass, but they're trying to talk like they're, doing something good for you? They're not doing anything. They're just filling their pocket for doing nothing, for just seeing a head on screen. It's just a head on screen. These aren't people that vlog. I'm not going to knock a vlogger, because at least a vlogger is going out and doing stuff. Okay, they're trying to show you things. These people aren't showing you shit. They're just taking your damn money. Wake up. I want to say Irregular Nation. No, just wake up nation. Stop supporting crap like this. Because we're not going in the right direction. This is not what entertainment is supposed to be. This is just stupidity. Stupidity at its finest. So, say if TikTok ever shuts down, it might be a good thing. It might be a good thing for everybody here on this side of the continent, because we do not use these platforms for the right things at all. At all. Very annoying. But, hey, what can you do, right? What can you do? Oh, and here's something really off topic. Here's some real good nightmare fuel. Kelsey and the Irregular Neil were watching, they're big Christmas fans, and they decided to put on the Muppets Christmas Carol. Now, this is something that was made in 1992, okay? Any fans of the Muppets? Muppets are awesome. Gotta love the Muppets, but for some reason the Muppets never came back. See this freaking thing right here? What the hell is that? That is like nightmare fuel. I mean, Kelsey, when that thing popped up when you saw that.
Well, I didn't remember that one.
Well, that's why you didn't remember it, because it's nightmare fuel. What the hell kind of ghost is that? And the voice?
I remember the ghost of the present. Why did I remember her?
What the hell was that? And the face, everything was just scary. Just not needed. Ooh wee.
That's why I like the Making Christmas Carol better.
I understand.
Aliens use their own character.
I understand. My God. Nightmare fuel. In the 80s and 90s, let me tell you, when it was like stuff for kids and all that, they didn't mind showing you some stuff, okay? The never-ending story. That scene, that was a tough scene, I will say that all the time. Watching that horse go in the mud, quicksand, they let that shit drag out too. It wasn't like a quick thing. It was like you're gonna feel every emotion that they're gonna give you. My God. Whew. Man, I was riled up today, I must say. This was, hey, storm warnings. We had some choppy waters today, didn't we? Yes, we did. We were drudging through this. My God. Good Lord. Whew. Ooh, Kelsey. So anyway, Irregular Nation, thanks for tuning in to this episode of Storm Warnings. And don't forget to always check for your local forecast, because you never know when another Storm Warnings is coming your way. I'll see you all later.